Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
Layup Lounge members. We are here. It is time. This is what we live for. Game 7. NBA fans all around the world are tuned in to see who the NBA champion will be on Sunday. Pacers versus Thunder. We're about to dissect it right now. We're going to find out who's going to win the finals here in the LL tonight. We're going to know first, right here tonight. We're going to know. I'm Wayne. I'm here with
Roman.
Welcome to the Layup Lounge. Continue to do your due diligence. Please like and subscribe. We're going up. Last episode of the season before we do our season recap and, a little off-season love. But this is the last episode of the basketball season. Thank you guys for locking in this year. Thank you for loving. Thank you for hating. All the above. We're here. We're locked in. We're lounging forever. But let's go ahead and dive straight in. Let's find out who's winning the NBA Finals. Roman, kick us off. What we got?
Well, before we kind of, talk about things that need to happen, what's going to happen in Game 7, I kind of want to talk about Game 6, what occurred there. Going into Game 6, we weren't really sure about Haliburton's status. We thought his calf was fried. It was almost to a point. It was talked about almost to a point where, he's putting his Achilles on the line. Shams comes out talking about if this was the regular season, he'd probably be out 2 to 3 weeks. So it was looking very discouraging going into Game 6. We're like, Haliburton's like, if I can walk, I could go out there. So it was very dramatic going into this Game 6, But they get it done. Haliburton, he started off slow. He was like 1 for 5 to start out the game, but, he ended up with 14 points. It was a loud 14. He was hitting threes, which is very lovely because he was very much a no-show in Game 5. He couldn't hit anything, and I feel like that injury was very well displayed out there on the court, but, he didn't look hurt in this Game 6. I don't know what type of drugs they gave him. He hit up LeBron's doctor in Germany. Something happened. Because he looked healthy. He looked like he was flowing. He was having fun. Smiles everywhere. He assisted on a Pascal Siakam body on J-Dub.
Dunk of the year. Or dunk of the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
Dunk of the playoffs.
That's, we already talked about it. If they win the finals, that's the highlight right there. That'll be spun forever. That's embedded in Pacer history.
That's Iverson stepping over Lou.
Right.
That's Bron chase down block. That's Kyrie shot over Curry. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
that's the play. We won't see that play for a long time.
No.
That's the Giannis alley-oop over Chris Paul. That there's those plays in every finals that stand out. That's the one.
That is absolutely one. And I can't even think of a Thunder moment where it's equivalent. Even if they win, that's like what moment, maybe the J-Dub 40 piece, but there wasn't a specific play in that game where we're like, damn, like he's,
When SGA chicken winged Naismith and he fell down.
And he took 3 steps.
And then, bro, that's going to be the defining play.
He did that right in front of the ref, too. What are we watching?
Yeah, when he even took 4 steps.
Bro, crazy. But, so Haliburton was huge in that game, though, that Game 6. TJ McConnell. And I've seen a lot of things on social media. If they win this finals, is he going to be up for finals MVP? Legitimate case. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's not about starting. It's about your impact. And him and Pascal have been the most consistent players for the Pacers. TJ McConnell, if nobody else is going to show up off the bench, it's going to be him. That 8-foot pull-up jumper, I think it's going in every single time. It pretty much has been going every single time. I'm very shocked when he misses that. The Nash dribbles around the top, from the top of the key, going all the way to the paint, coming back around to the middle of the key. He just makes it happen. He had a near triple-double last game. It was like 12, 9, and 7, something crazy like that. And he's been very impactful for that team. So shout go out to him. Obi Toppin. And you are sitting down with the Obi Toppin hater. But I got to give him props. One thing I will say is his highs are very high. His lows are very low. But these last few games, these last 3 games, he's been very consistent. He's been getting it done. Very surprising that his jumper is coming alive, considering that he was very poor from the 3-point line in that Knicks series. But he's been huge. He was their leading scorer last game. Pascal Siakam has continued to be consistent. We saw the body. We saw the eye roll before the game. We knew that they were going to win after that. He called all the spirits, and they got the job done. He's probably going to do it before Game 7. He's got to.
You know they're seeing the memes too. They're like,
How did you look at Game 6 positively, and then we'll dive into what we saw bad, because there was a lot of there's stuff that needs to be cleaned up on the Pacers side, obviously on the OKC side. But what are your thoughts on the Pacers in this Game 6?
I saw a Pacers team that didn't want to go home. I think they kind of bought into the home crowd a lot. And also the vets on their team, TJ McConnell, you can tell that he was playing with the we're not going home attitude. Tyrese Haliburton was playing loose. The entire team was bought in, playing together, hustling. That was the one thing. It's like everybody's effort was turned up to the max. You talked about Obi Toppin. He's either on or he's off, but one thing that's consistent with him is his effort. I think he always, he's running no matter what. He's defending. He's shooting. He's trying to do something. Everybody on their team is very active. There's a couple possessions in the game where it's like loose ball's about to go out of bounds. I throw it to, what's his name? Tony Bradley. He gives it to somebody else. It's just like we're making stuff happen, like save the ball. That leads to a Pascal poster. It's just like a bunch of plays like that where the team is fully bought in. And yeah, they made the right plays. They made winning plays. On the Thunder side, I think they kind of, like you said, I think pre-show, actually. Yeah, this was off camera. You said that the moment looked too big for him. I think that's the best way to describe it. We saw J-Dub get put in the hoop. I'm so happy he finally got put in the hoop.
Literally.
It's about time. The nonchalant gimmick can only last so long. So he got put in the hoop. That was nice to see. But no, I think they can get it done in Game 7. Indiana. I think they can make it happen. I think it's prime for them to make it happen if they play the same way they played Game 6. They got to play hair on fire, maximum effort, fully bought in, 4 heads to the ball, 5 heads to the ball.
I mean, before I talk about the Thunder, I want to, disclose my concerns for the Pacers. Because, there was for one, Miles Turner. Offensively, he's been horrible. He's been open a lot on these threes. I think, he got saved by Obi Toppin. Nembhard had a huge game. He had 17 points. Finally, he scores more than 10 points. Nesmith, his ankle looks better. He's moving a lot better. That jumper's coming back. So I think he's moving a lot better. I think his ankle, he looks healthy again. But Miles Turner, we need a game. And especially going on the road in hostile Oklahoma City, where they're looking to win their first championship in their history. We don't count the Sonics. This is their first championship.
Yeah.
He has to show up. It has to be the game 1 step back, backboard threes. He has to also win the rebounding. He has to be on the glass.
We know that's not going to happen.
Or else we're going to throw Tony Bradley in, which is, although he didn't score, he made impact on make an imprint on the game. I mean, Miles Turner, he's a good defensive player. He had some possessions on Chet, Chet was a no-show. We're going to talk about that in a second. But offensively, we need something out of him. One more game. And this could possibly be, this has his Pacer career on the line, I think, is in Game 7. I think if they lose this, they really got to think about whether to bring him back. I know Shams was talking about they're working on a deal, but he hasn't had a Miles Turner game. He's due for one, and I know the Pacers are going to win the Game 7, and I think he's going to be a big part of it. And if he's not, it's going to be very tough. Can they still win even with him having a so-so game? Yes, but I think it'll make it a lot easier if Miles Turner shows up. Another thing, Ben Mathurin, I think he needs to score at least 10 points in this next game. You got to give us something. He hasn't had a lot of minutes, but he needs to win his minutes when he's out there. TJ McConnell's been consistent. I'm not worried about him. I think the bench as a whole, they score more than the OKC bench. But again, it's going to be a road game. The game has to travel. And I'm not too worried about Obi just because he's been consistent throughout these NBA finals. But it's going to come down to Ben Shepherd. Don't get slid around. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he's out there for. Ben Mathurin, you got to win your matchup. Tony Bradley, be ready. So I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think we'll save the official prediction on how this is going to happen. But they have a great chance to win the NBA Finals, and it's going to come down to that. But to close off Game 6, the Pacers look really good. Again, like you said, they didn't want to go home. You can clearly see that. But on the Oklahoma City side, what did we say after game 4? Your world. Get him, cuz. We saw a lot of that from Oklahoma City in that game. In that game 6.
That's all they got.
They're coming into a closeout game. They're a young team, and I thought that they showed their age in game 6. Chet was a no-show, absolutely no-show, besides for maybe a couple early baskets in the beginning of the game. It was like 10-2 in the beginning of the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he had like 21, 24 points, but, it didn't feel impactful. J-Dub was a minus 40. After scoring 40 points, he was a minus 40. That's
crazy.
The lowest plus minus in NBA history.
Really?
In NBA history, he was minus 40.
He was hurting them.
Bro, it was, and I talked about it before. You already know how I feel about him. When the lights are bright, he don't show up. Hartenstein, he was cool. But I mean, Alex Caruso, no show. He's been hitting a lot of open jump shots. Where's he at? And bro, I don't know if you really gotta watch to see. And because he hasn't really been playing that much, Cason Wallace, he's been the worst player on the court every single game. He's been god awful. I would really be scared to play him into game 7 the way he's been playing. The way he's been hooping, he hasn't been hooping. Aaron Wiggins, he had one game. Without that game 2 legacy game from Aaron Wiggins, they don't win that game, and he hasn't shown up since. Their bench was awful. And they felt the pressure. You could see it. I said coming into in that situation, a closeout situation, it's going to be tough for them because they feel the championship right there. And I think what the Pacers have advantage over them is Pascal's been in the trenches. He's been the second best player on the championship team. I know Alex Caruso's been there, but he was a role player. He wasn't a top 3 player on that team. Siakam's been there. He's been through this. Rick Carlisle's been through this. He's been underdog. And one more thing I want to say about the Thunder. I don't know how to say his last name. The coach, Mark Daytonall? Mark Daytonall? Is that the coach's name? I don't know if you noticed in game 1, and I kind of talked about it. Before game 1, they switched the lineup. They start Cason Wallace instead of Isaiah Hartenstein. And even throughout these games, if you notice, I don't think the coach knows who to play in certain situations. I don't think he doesn't know what to do with his lineups in these games. And again, I always talk about Rick Carlisle and how I respect him, but it's also iffy about it at the same time. He sticks to his rotations no matter what. Pascal on a heater, he's going to sit down at the same time as he always does. He's going to get the same amount of rest. Tyrese Haliburton on a heater, he's going to get the same amount of rest. Now, we're going into a game 7 where everything is on the line. I'm really curious to see if Rick Carlisle breaks his rotations or he stays solid. I think he knows that Mark is probably panicking, the coach for the Thunder. I think that he's probably going to stick with his rotations, but it's going to be really interesting to see if he's going to overcoach this Oklahoma City Thunder team, because I can very much see that. He's a young coach with a young team. I can very much see him trying to overcoach this. And part of the reason why the Pacers will end up winning game 7 might be because of the coaching on the other end.
I think that's the strength of the Pacers, too. I mean, we talked about it the entire playoffs, their depth. So I don't think he should abandon it in game 7. I think, as a matter of fact, we should open the bench all the way up. Ben Shepherd, you starting.
Chill.
I'm starting Ben Shepherd.
You're not starting Ben Shepherd. Then that's the one thing.
Instantly burn one on Shea.
We're talking about the starting lineups for OKC. It's like they keep on flip-flopping, right? I think it's good to know, the Indiana Pacers have stuck with the same lineup the entire playoffs. And I think that's the strength of their team. It's like they've been in the trenches together throughout. They have the same flow these entire playoffs. They have the winning recipe. Okay, Oklahoma City was panicking from game 1. And now it's going to be very interesting to see who he starts, because I bet you I won't be surprised if we see a lineup change for Oklahoma City. I won't be surprised. He's been doing it. And Cason Wallace has been terrible, but who knows? He's been overcoaching. Rick has been the best coach in these playoffs by far. I don't think it's close.
Oldest coach too, which is crazy.
Yeah, and he'd have two of the greatest championship wins ever. He beat Prime Bron while going through Oklahoma City, the Lakers, I think Portland in that same run when they were good in 2011. Like he has one of the greatest championships ever already with Dallas, and this will be another one filled with moments, filled with them being the underdog for an entire series. They weren't favored in any of these games in the NBA Finals. And according to ESPN, it's 40-60 right now for the Thunder. So
keep doubting them, please.
That's why I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like
to their benefit.
It really does. And like I said, OKC's scrambling schematically, and I think that could bite them. I'm still seeing analysts saying they're taking OKC. I mean, they're the home team. They should be favored for real, but I'm looking at it from this. They just lost one closeout game looking terrible. They're at their home. I actually think home court puts on even more pressure than it did in Indiana. Because now it's like, we got the home fans with us. We can't lose. Indiana is like, they didn't expect us to be here. We got nothing to lose.
Okay, at the same time, though, think of all the things that come with home court advantage. I'm sleeping in my own bed. I'm seeing the fam.
Bro, it's NBA Finals. The fam is with me. You think Haliburton's dad's not there right now?
Okay, but we're in a hotel-y. You know, things are happening fast.
Let's order the Airbnb. Let's get a home vibe before this game 7.
It's not.
Let's get the B&B.
But there is the home court advantage, I think, is crucial. And I think the fact that they're going back to Oklahoma, I hope they're already there.
No, they left today. I saw on social. They left today on Friday. So
get there quick. We need to get adjusted, get acclimated. But yeah, it's Oklahoma fans. They're going to show up and show out. So I think it's an advantage, for sure, a plus advantage to the Thunder. I mean, home court advantage, it's going to be rocking in there. Everyone talks about how the Thunder got the best home court advantage. We'll see. Come on, Tyrese.
Pacers thrive in those situations, I think. But I just wanted to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts on Hero Ball? Because obviously it works sometimes. It doesn't work other times. You know, Shea was clearly trying to, first of all, it looked like he was trying to win Finals MVP. Because right now, statistically, it might be J-Dub. And second of all, I mean, yeah, is that Shea not trusting his team in these situations, or is that him just trying to, like, what is he trying to do out there by just holding the ball and trying to go one-on-one against these guys?
That's their best bet every possession. I mean, because we've seen J-Dub, he tucks his meat. We've seen Chet, bro. He looks like a victim out there right now. Chet looks like he's.
What's your expectations for him going into this Game 7?
Very minimal.
Really, you don't think?
Based on what I've seen so far, bro, he still lacks confidence, which is crazy. Like, he should be the third option killer that they need. The rim protecting, rim rolling, 3-point pick and pop monster demon. But he just looks like the moment the lights are too bright. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing anything. He's second guessing all of his shots. Even like, I don't know, just any 3-point shot, he's kind of like, should I shoot this? It doesn't have the fluid confidence.
11% from the 3-point line. That's for the NBA Finals.
That's sickening. Even his shots within like the paint. Getting thrown out.
He's been bad.
He's been horrible. I mean, I think a lot of it is on those two. I don't have a problem with what Shea is doing. I mean, he's gonna get his 30, and they need that. Without that, they're getting blown out. They got eliminated already. Pacers champions.
You think that's sustainable hoop, especially going into a Game 7? I don't think he can win this. I don't think Game 7 specifically. I don't think he can win by himself. I don't think he can. Not in a Game 7.
I don't have the home ref whistle.
Man, and that was the thing about Game 6. I feel like there was a lot of no calls. I mean, both sides, though, they let him hoop. If they let him hoop, Pacers are... I'm about to say. You know what? I am going to say it. If they let him hoop, I think the Pacers win by 10+. If they let him hoop. Now, if they're calling tic-tac fouls both ends, it's going to be a close game. I think if they let him hoop, though, Pacers got it 10+.
Because they let him hoop both ways last year.
No, they let him hoop. They did. That Tony Bradley shove to Hartenstein, he flopped. That was nuts. You seen that?
That was disgusting.
They gave him a tech for that. I was like, come on, man.
First of all, Hardenstein fouled him.
He did. He pushed him.
You can't go through his body.
He shoved him. He shoved him out of bounds.
If I'm standing here like this, you can't run through me to deny the ball.
And then I'm out of bounds. Like, that don't even make any sense.
And then he flopped.
Yeah, bro. So I think if the refs don't get in the way of this game, I think Pacers, that's advantage Pacers. Pacers play with their same pace. They got the same rotations. And I also wanted to ask you, who do you trust in the clutch more? Tyrese Haliburton or SGA?
Tyrese Haliburton. I mean, SGA can go get a bucket for sure. But I mean, if we're talking about clutch, why would I not say the man who's hit 4 game winners already? And I'd be a fool not to. I'm going to go with Tyrese Haliburton. SGA can for sure get a bucket, though. I mean, he was hitting clutch buckets all the way down the stretch this entire series. Walk down, elbow jumper. You can't do nothing with it. He's unstoppable.
I think you got to send 2 to that.
No, you have to blitz him. But at the same time, Nembhard's giving him hell. So
he's trying. I mean, that's why I excused him for most of this series offensively. Just because
we need you to lock in. You know his moves.
Yeah, no, he's but if you can give us 17 points with that same defense, we win the game. We for sure win the game. And I gotta agree with you. Tyrese Haliburton has been one of the most clutch players I've seen in my life. Really. I mean, this playoff run is ridiculous. If he wins this NBA Finals, conversations will be had. They won't be crazy ones. I don't want to hear about the 4-point game he had. His calf was falling off. That was before the drugs. We drugged up. We good. His calf will be there. Him and his calf will be in Oklahoma City. I expect a big game out of Tyrese. I expect 17, 12, and 10. Triple-double. Triple-double Reese. That's what I expect. And I expect Pascal to hoop. He's been in this position. This is his time to shine, really.
This is.
He's the X factor. If he hoops, it's going to be tough. And I think it's going to have to be similar to last game. It might be a little closer just because, again, it's a game 7. But they just have to keep chipping away until that 4th quarter, and we're going to see what happens. But yeah, let's just get into our game 7 prediction. We got a little bit other news before we get out of here, but game 7 prediction, Wayne, who wins? Who wins finals MVP? How is the game going to go throughout 1 through 3? What happens in the 4th? How does one team or the other win this game?
I think it's close down the stretch. Thunder lead majority of the way. Pacers do what they do, climb back, stay within that 8 to 12 point deficit. 4th quarter, they start to rally back. They do what they do. And in dramatic fashion, tie game, 88-88. Tyrese Haliburton clears it out.
He waves everyone off.
He has Dort on him, too. Waves everybody off.
Okay.
Rejects the Miles Turner screen. Hell no. Go. Literally just doesn't even make a move. Logo. Greeniest. 91-88. Pacers come back.
Buzzer?
No, Pacers come back. They have a chance. They shoot a shot. No good. Pacers championship. Tyrese Haliburton, though. Logo 3. I'm saying logo for the title.
And he's throwing his jersey in the stands.
No, that's what I'm saying. Logo 3 for the title over Dort. That's what I'm calling.
That sounds like a move. I kind of got chills just think about another game winner from Tyrese Haliburton to end the finals. That's crazy, man. I hope
no move.
I'm calling out work on Monday. That happens.
Oh yeah, no, it's a holiday. It's a Seattle holiday if the Pacers win.
Oh, absolutely. It should be paid. But for me, Pacers win. I think they win by 7. Similar to what you said, I think OKC is going to be leading. They'll probably lead at halftime. It'll be like a cool 5-point lead at half. 3rd quarter, come out the gate. Pascal 3, kisses the sky. And when we just go on a run. 3rd quarter, I think it's going to be convincing by the 3rd quarter that they're going to win the game. And, OKC is going to make a push in the 4th, and it won't be enough because I actually think Tyrese Haliburton, similar fashion, he's going to hit a dagger. He's going to untuck the jersey, he's going to take off his arm sleeve, throw in the crowd with 2 seconds left in the game because it's already over. And then the Indiana Pacers are going to be NBA champions after Sunday night. And it's going to be, I'm not even a Pacer fan, bro, but it's like, I really like, I am right now though, for sure. Like I might be like, I might yell at the TV they win. Yeah. Yeah. I really care about this a lot. I care more than I should because I'm not a true Pacer fan, but I really want them to win, man. Haliburton's been slept on this whole. First of all, he was called overrated in the beginning of the playoffs. I'm pretty positive that the Pacers have been underdogs in every single series they've been in. I don't think they've been favorited in any series they've been in. Maybe the Bucks won, maybe, but they were for sure supposed to lose to the Cavs, and they're for sure supposed to lose to the Knicks, according to, ESPN, for say, if we were calling them a source for real. But they were underdogs. They've been underdogs in heavy underdogs in every single game that they played in this series in the NBA Finals, and they managed to somehow get it to a Game 7. They're going to win the championship. They're going to win the championship. If they don't for some reason, though, hell of a season. Regardless, they gave us.
Put that in there. Don't even.
No, I don't. You know what? You're right. We scrap that. You might even need to edit that out. Scrap that. Pacers are NBA champions.
They are.
And next episode. Well, I got a question for you. Before we move on to another subject. Should I order my Tyrese Haliburton jersey now so then when we do our next episode, we have it? Or should I wait?
You can't
get it. Do I risk it for the biscuit?
You can't get it now.
No? I got to wait?
We'll order it on the next episode.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
Okay.
I'm going to get my Nemhard Johns.
Okay.
I got to get Nemhard or Pascal.
Do we have to get role players? I can't even get Tyrese. We got to get role players.
I'm going to get 43. I'm the captain now.
I got to get the Nemhard, the Neesmith, something. Got to get a role player.
Obi. You already look like
Obi. You know what?
Too.
Because the basketball gods know I don't like Obi. I'm going to say it right here, right now. If the Indiana Pacers, when they win the championship, when they win the NBA championship, and I'll shake you up right here, right now, Obi Toppin jersey is getting purchased. Okay? This is, I swear on everything, Obi Toppin jersey. It might be a Fanatics Fugazi jersey. I don't know if I want to pay the $130 for the patch and everything. But Obi Toppin jersey is getting purchased. It might even be a Knicks one. I ain't gonna lie. But some version of Obi Toppin jersey.
Dayton.
That would be clean. Obi Toppin jersey will be purchased.
I'll get Tony
and worn. Bro, that's what I'm saying. I'll get Thomas Bryant jersey. Pacers, please. Win the game, man. Win the game.
I'll get a TJ Warren jersey.
Not even McConnell. Warren. Bubble
Warren.
Like, come on, man. So, but nah, Pacers are going to win the championship. I can't wait. I'm excited. It's going to be stressful. I'm stressing. And again, I'm not a fan of the team, but I'm really stressing. I'm really hoping they pull this off. I want to be happy going into work on Monday. Man, let's go, Pacers. Come on. Shout out to Indy, man. We live. Before we get out of here, some housekeeping things. Our other team, the Orlando Magic, while we were gone, pretty much after we released the last episode, Desmond Bane.
Instantly after the episode.
Yeah, like literally right after it dropped. Boom. Desmond Bane gets traded to the Orlando Magic. We have been on this blue couch talking about how Orlando needs to make a move now that the East is wide open going into next season. Is this a needle mover, in your opinion, Wayne?
100%. I mean, we've talked about how they need a perimeter threat. It didn't come in the form of Trae Young or Anthony Simons or, any of the other lavish ideas we had in our mind. But I'll settle for Desmond Bane. I'll settle for a 26-year-old Desmond Bane. He's almost 50, 40, 90 club. He got a burner from three. He got a burner from three. What else do we need? We needed perimeter scoring. We need spacing. Not only can he shoot the ball, I think he's been working on his little, he can be like a off the dribble guy too. You know what I'm saying?
Like
he can
pound dribble,
a little side step pound dribble, a little tween step back. So there's a lot to his game to show that's going to really seamlessly pair with this team. We know what P5's on. P5 is downhill to the cup, mid-range monster. But now you can't double me as easy. You can't send as much help because I'm going to kick it to DB, light your hair on fire. Now the next step is Franz. What are we gonna get out of you? I
agree.
Because I think this is the core right now. Desmond Bane is a part of the core.
For sure.
In my eyes, he takes that number 2 spot instantly. Like we're kicking Franz to the
You hear
3.
that, Franz?
Hey, don't call me crazy, but hey, that's the pecking order right now.
He come in and step on your trap. What's up?
We know who number 1 is. We got the all-star. We got the franchise guy. He's the cornerstone of our team. Cool. We're building around you. Desmond Bane. He's locked in for the next couple years. Young player. Perfect pair alongside you. Franz. What are we getting, bro? I need you to step up and I need you to be an all-star level player, which I mean he showed flashes last year, but I need you to be a true guy, like if next year if we get eliminated, he's out. Sorry. Last year's our last opportunity with Franz.
Eliminated where though? Because you get a first round for
Any
sure.
elimination.
No, you can't do that. Because what if they face the Pacers? They're not. You think this makes them better than the Pacers going into next year? No,
We should compete with him.
for sure. There'll probably be a 6 or 7, but I don't think they get out that series.
Because P5's quiet as it's kept, he's an MVP combos next year.
Absolutely, and we talked about that.
Let's talk about it. So I mean, quiet as it's kept, he's an MVP combos next year. The Magic aren't gonna be hiding. Desmond Bane's an all-star. Paulo's an all-star. A lot of eyes gonna be on the Magic. So Franz, if you're not carrying weight, and we get bounced out, all right then.
But okay, I think
All right then.
the pressure's on him if they upgrade at center. They gotta upgrade at center, man. I mean, Wendell, we've said this already.
He's sorry.
He's sorry.
He's horrible.
No disrespect whatsoever. I mean, I'd
don't
rather
like
start
his
Mo
game.
Wagner. But Mo Wagner is a good off the bench guy. I don't want him
100%.
starting.
Me neither. I don't.
So
He's good
need-
energy,
Right.
nasty, hustle.
right.
Bring him off the bench.
Yeah, bring him off the bench. Definitely got to keep him, but you got to go get you a starting center. I bring back Vooch. I'd rather have that.
That's a great. Hey, literally, that's perfect.
Miles Turner?
Perfect.
Like, and we didn't even talk about that for real. Well, first of all, before we get to, the legacies on the line for real, I like the move from Orlando. I like the aggressiveness. 4 first-round picks, a little pricey, but Desmond Bane would probably be an all-star in the East if he was there a long time ago. Like you said, he's part of the core now. I still think that the Magic need a point guard. I was surprised that they didn't seriously give Anthony Simons a look. I think now that he's not in Orlando Magic, I'm scared for my Portland Trailblazers that they're going to extend Anthony Simons because that seems like a very Blazery move to do. And if they extend him, I don't really know what the direction of this team is going. I think he needs to be traded, unfortunately. Maybe the Memphis Grizzlies do it, but him and Ja might be nice together.
I was thinking about the 4 first, or I was thinking about it, reading some things. I don't got as much of a problem with it anymore. Because one, they're going to be a competing team. So, I mean, these are all out of the lotto most likely. So, cool, take these picks. 2, look at our recent draft history, bro. Like, we got Peasy. Cool, that's a great pickup. Other than that, Jet, Black.
And he needs to improve. Okay. I think them not trading for Anthony is betting on Black for sure.
Black is good. He can be a guy, I think. He can be solid.
Corey Joseph should have not been starting
Absolutely
over him.
not.
I think that said a lot. They didn't trust him.
I don't know why. Like, that's ridiculous. I think you throw him in the fire at that point. Like, what did we draft you for?
I mean, we're playing the Celtics. We're probably going to lose anyway.
So we put Corey Joseph out there to what? Take up space?
I mean, he's a solid.
Because he's been there before? guess.
He's the Corey Joseph of TJ McConnell's. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But no, I think the Orlando Magic is going to be a top 4 seed. I don't think that they're better than the Pacers. I don't think they're better than New York. I don't think they're better than the Cavs still. No, they're not better than the Cavs. And then they're 4th. They're right there.
How are they not better than the Cavs?
Bro, that Cavs front 4, regardless of how you feel, how they went out, that front 4 is still better than
Okay, but we
Orlando.
took them to 7 last year.
I know, but
And now we added Desmond Bane to this mix. So how does that not make us better now?
I mean, I don't. We gotta remember that these guys have summer times to get better, improve, get in better shape. They were a significantly better team this year than last year. I mean, they ran into the injury bug. They ran into a hot Indiana team. But if they played the Orlando Magic, I think that maybe goes 7 still, but I don't think they beat them.
My biggest thing is, you look at this Magic team, they had one major pain point, and everyone could see it.
What, the shooting?
Yeah, they can't. They need a perimeter shooter. They need somebody to space the floor.
They need more though. I like the start of Desmond Bane. I don't think one shooter, because that's exactly what they brought KCP for.
Okay, but this is it's different.
I'm not comparing them, but I'm saying like they got him for that purpose to spread the floor and shoot. I mean, Desmond Bane could do the same thing, but it's still one shooter. It's still one shooter. Desmond Bane is human. He's gonna have off games.
Okay,
and if he has off games, we got no shoot. We need multiple shooters.
But I'm saying he's shooting 20 shots. He's shooting 50 to 20 shots.
Think about how the Pacers are set up right now.
KCP is not shooting 50
Think about how the Pacers are set up right now. They got Haliburton, a 40%er. They got Neesmith. They got Nembhard. They got Turner. They got Obi Toppin. That's 5 dudes that can shoot threes. You can't name me 5 dudes. You can't name me 3 dudes that can shoot threes on Orlando. The fact that Paulo is probably the second best shooter on that team that's great for him, but that's concerning as a team. He really shouldn't be a top 4 shooter on that team. Paulo shouldn't be a top 4 shooter on that team at all. No. Like the fact that he's my second best shooter, because he's a better shooter than Franz. That's a problem. Franz has a little hitch in his shot. That's a problem. Desmond Bane's the best shooter on this team, and then it's Paulo. So what do we,
Not for real.
He needs to be, they need to add like 1 or 2 more. And that's why in the draft, they need a Neesmith. They need a Nembhard. They need a gem in the draft. That's what it's going to come down to. So I like the start. This can't be the finish. Especially going into this season, I think all the Eastern Conference teams should be going all in right now. They got to be. That is all I got. NBA draft is coming up. No, the NBA finals is coming up. Game 7. Who is going to show up, man? It's been different people throughout these NBA finals who's been showing up. I'm looking at you, Tyrese Haliburton. You've been amazing throughout these entire playoffs. The numbers may say otherwise, but the eye test is telling me that you are an NBA superstar. Please show Stephen A. Please show everybody at ESPN. Please show the world that you are the guy, okay? You are him. I need you for one more game. Can we get one more game? Put whatever you need to do, whatever you need to inject, whatever you need to take for that Cav to show up with you at Paycom Arena at 8 o'clock Eastern time, Sunday, the 22nd, because we're going to need you there, man. Miles Turner, wake up, bro. I don't know what you need to do. I don't know who you need to pray to. I don't know how much sleep you need to get, but please do whatever you got to do, Pascal. Honestly, I'm not worried about you, bro. You've been in this position before. You going to hoop. I know you're going to hoop. Nembhard, the defense is going to be there, but it needs to be 2 times what you're doing right now. I know it sounds impossible. You got to do it. Nembhard, you got to hoop. Hit open jump shots. Obi Toppin, it's been a blessing to see you hit a bunch of threes. Please don't let this be the ice cold game. You're going to show up, though. I'm not worried about it. Tony Bradley, dust your shoes off. Thomas Bryant, be ready for the corner 3. And Ben Shepherd, make sure you step on the sticky pad before you get out there so you don't get slid around. Pacers in 7. Oklahoma City, Seattle curse. It's not meant to be. We're clearly seeing it in real time. Rick Carlisle's a way better coach than Mark Daigneault. He's going to get severely. Mark Daigneault's going to severely get out coached in this game, and we're going to see Indiana host the trophy up in Oklahoma City. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Pascal Siakam, Finals MVP. Who's your Finals MVP?
Pascal.
By very a sliver. But honestly, the way you played it out, if Tyrese truly hits the game winner, like you think he's going to be, if Tyrese gets robbed again, because he really should have won the Eastern Conference one, but, they went by numbers on that one. Eye test, no way Tyrese hits a jumper from half court and he doesn't win Finals MVP. Throws his jersey in the crowd, and you tell me he's not going to win Finals MVP? Come on, man.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. And thank you for tuning in to the LL. This is the last episode of the NBA season. We'll be back next week, to recap it all. It's been a lovely, lovely season. I can't believe it's over. I feel like it's went by fast. These NBA finals have been dragging, though. But I'm very glad that we have a game 7. It's going to be high pressure, but it's going to be fun, man. Regardless of what happens, when the Pacers win, it's going to be a beautiful thing. I am Roman. I'm with my dog, Wayne. Like, subscribe, share, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, of course, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And stay tuned, man, because the summer, new LLs, guests, all of it lined up, big things planned. Let's get it. Come on, Pacers.
Indiana's